All right, welcome back to lesson 12. We're going to be placing the wet lines in the teeth and the tongue and gums in this part of the process. So we have our 3D scan store objects. We're going to go ahead and delete his eyes out of here since I don't need them. So delete. We are going to keep the brows in here. We are going to keep the wet line. Let's go ahead and take out the teeth. And tongue. And let's go ahead and put that into a group. Teeth. Just call it teeth group. And let's go ahead and hide these two guys. Let's turn back on our Dustin body. And then we're going to go ahead and move this group. So transpose set. And, we're pretty much the size we wanted to be, so we're going to move that. And it's moving both the tongue and the... So, not sure I really need a tutorial for this part of it, but I am going to do it anyways. That's weird. I'm not sure why those aren't moving now. So, oh, I know why. Because we have this. Yeah, there we go. So, that's probably good. For the teeth. Move them down a little bit. And that should be good for the teeth. Now we will do our wet lines. Go ahead and turn our eyeballs on. So, actually, one kind of neat trick I kind of want to show you guys is, I'm gonna show you this. It's pretty neat. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it can give you a good idea of how this stuff can work. But right now, our wet line is in the correct spot here, basically, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to export out our base of the 3D scan store thing again. So we're going to call this move 3D scans store move. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn all three of these things on. We're going to turn off everything. And by that you can go like this. And we can turn off basically everything. And what we're going to do is we're just going to export out these together, right? I'm not sure why we don't have the other wet line right now. But we can deal with that when we need to. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to... Here, let's copy these. So duplicate. Let's bring this down here. We'll duplicate this. Bring down here. Duplicate the eyelashes, and we'll bring down here as well. And then we will just hide everything, right? And what we're going to do is, because it would do this anyways, we're going to merge these. And what we can do is we could do merge visible, but sometimes it just doesn't really work. So we're going to do merge down. Always okay. Merge down. And now this is like one group, right? So if I solo, this is all together in one geometry group. And now what we're going to do, we are going to export this as, let's just call it eyebrow move. And then we already have our base exported. So, and we're going to open wrap back up, and then we are going to load 3 different things, right? 3 different pieces of geo we're going to bring in. We're going to bring in our eyebrows, and then we're going to bring in our 3D scan store base, and then we're going to bring in our actual base. And then we are going to make a, let's see, where is it? Lattice node. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our eyelashes into the first one, our 3D scan store base into the second one, and then our new base mesh into the third one. And then you're going to watch magic happen. Or most of the time it can be kind of magic. So what happened is you can see that it moved our geometries to Dustin instead of being where they were on the 3D scan store mesh. So now it's basically looking at the same spots that it was on, right? On this mesh. And then basically latticing it and moving back to where it is on our Dustin mesh. So now we have our eyelashes in place. We have this wet line more or less in place, but it looks like it kind of like messed up a little bit. If we turn this off, you can see it's pretty jank. But like one thing you can do to fix that is you can increase this neighbors amount, and it'll smooth out the interaction that's happening between each of those. So it's kind of working almost like a blend shape. But yeah, you can see it kind of smoothed out, right? If we go back to here, still in the same spot, but like you can see it's fixed a lot of those problem areas that we were having. And now what we can do is we can export this out. Let's go ahead and save this wrap thing. So save project as, go to wrap, and let's do Dustin. I don't know why I say Dustin every time. Dustin eyebrows move. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a save object, or save geometry. And then let's change this name. Let's change it to, what do we want to name it to? Eyebrow fix, I guess, is fine for now. And let's go ahead and compute that out. Let's go back to ZBrush, and we can go ahead and delete this other one. And we'll make append an object. And then let's go ahead and import that onto this. So eyebrow fix. And there they are. So if we come in here, we can do this. Let's go ahead and hide this. That. And then we can, let's hide that. Let's go ahead and mask off this guy, mask off this guy, make that one group. Mask off this, mask off this, make that W, and then we can do group split, always okay. And now we have all these separated again, right? I guess that didn't have UVs before. Or here, let's go. Alright, so let's, I guess doing what we just did, deleted the UVs. So what we're going to do is try to copy them back. I'm going to go ahead and save this beforehand, just so we don't crash. So now, if we come here and we unsolo, you see our old position, right? So let's turn that off. And let's turn Dustin back on. And you can see that, you know, our eyelashes are basically kind of in where we want them to be. The head could move a little bit, so let's come up here to the eyebrows. So let's go ahead. Let's see, let's go in here. And we're going to just use to pull them out. We're going to come back to here, and what we're going to do is we're going to come to this wet line and do UV. Where the hell is UV at? Z plugs, UV master, copy UVs, and we can do, hopefully this works, paste UVs. Yep. So now we have the UV back on those. And now what we're going to do is we are going to come here to the eyelashes. Let's go ahead and hide the rest of the body. And let's go ahead and click on our eyelashes. Well, let's go on this and let's put this up to the top thing. So eyelashes again. Alright, so the eyelashes are pretty much in place. The eyebrows are pretty much in place. And now we're going to deal with the wet line. So let's go to the wet line, and we can basically come here. We're going to turn on transpose, silhouette or whatever, and then we can start moving this stuff around. I've tried a billion ways to get this to be a faster process, but you can build it really quickly, but like the problem is like most of the places I work, they want you to kind of use the same stuff. So like you'd want to use the same exact topology from object to object. And that doesn't necessarily mean the eyebrows, but like wet line, I feel like on the last job I was on, we used the same one for every character, and just had to do this process manually for each one. And it's, you know, it's time intensive. but it usually does help pay off in the way that the character looks in the end. And it just kind of sucks that you have to do it. I'm not gonna just do the one, and then I'll do the other one and just show you guys how to do this one. So usually what I'll do is I'll solo this out, right? And we, kind of have this going right now. Let's kind of like fix some of this, right? And then usually what I'll do is I'll take the select lasso and I will try to get just the parts that we want to project to the eyelid. So now we can do this, Control W. Not sure why that hit it. And then what we'll do is we'll take this other part, right, and we'll do this and this and maybe that, and we can do Control W again. So now we have these 3 different groups, right? So what we're going to do first is we're going to grab this guy, we're going to mask him off, unmask again, and then what we're going to do is turn this stuff back on. And we are going to turn off our eyelashes and this too. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to project the unmasked area right now. So, and you can see that some of these little areas kind of fucked up or messed up, I guess I should say. Sorry for you that do not like, curse words, I guess. But let's see what the result is. And then let's go ahead and mask that area just because it's a problem child, and mask this area too because it's a problem child. And then, and then you can come back in here, unmask it, and then kind of smooth that transition out, right? Right, so that's pretty much done. And now what we can do is we can turn the left eye on, and we're just going to turn on the sclera, and then we're going to turn off this eye, and then we are going to, we're going to do double sided, and you can find that double underneath display properties underneath your subtool menu or the tools menu. You can kind of see what happened. It's kind of just trying to like move everything to the closest part, right? So let's go ahead and mask both of these off again. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to go into smooth cloth, and what smooth cloth does is it actually moves the border also. And if we unsolo and we show the eyes again, that's basically it for cleaning that up. Solo. I guess we were projecting color when we did that, so we can just do color, and we do fill object, and then it's just that again. We can come here and kind of clean some of these up real fast. So smooth cloth, and just kind of get these a little bit cleaner on the edges. And then we've got our wet line for that eye. Alright, so that's how to get the wet lines and the eyebrows. That's it for that lesson.